Hi, I'm Allie Gallant with Global Food Safety Resource. Today we're at the 2011 Food Safety Summit in Washington, D.C. I'm joined by Prevendar, who is the Director of Food Safety Certification at NSF International. To start off, Robert, can you give us a little bit of information about the NSF Food Safety Leadership Awards that are being presented?
Sure. This is the 8th year of the Food Safety Leadership Awards. We do every year to honor those leaders in the food safety industry, those people who are making a big difference. We have an independent panel of jurors who makes the decisions. We receive nominations from the industry. So it's really handled independently from other NSF business, but it's something we like to put out there and promote in the food safety industry.
Yeah, because you guys are a public health and safety company, right? So you want to foster that sort of development.
Absolutely, yeah. The more that we can recognize people in the industry and help give them a voice, the better it serves all of us in public health as our mission.
It's great to raise awareness about what people are doing.
Yes, that's right.
So just for people who aren't familiar, NSF is a certification body, so can you provide some information about what role you play within the industry?
Sure. Well, NSF does many things. We write standards, we get certified to standards that we write, and we are a certification body for example, food safety standards such as the GFSI benchmark standards, BRC, SQF, and others. Our role as a certification body really is to work with the food industry to provide them with certification services, which means audits, which means helping them to achieve a certification that their customers typically are asking them for.
Okay, so it's very practical for their business.
Extremely practical. It's practical from very much a commercial sense because it helps them to satisfy requests and requirements of their customers. It's also very practical from a food safety sense in how they manage their operations, how they run their business, how they're able to respond and address issues that may come up in food safety.
These standards are all the best practices, right? Like highest level.
Yes, they are. These are very rigorous standards. An average audit is about 2.5 to 3 days, so it's a very significant undertaking for a facility to go through to achieve certification. And it's more than just a simple audit. It really takes a full commitment of the entire management. It's taking a look at the food safety culture that a company has.
Yeah, you hear a lot of people saying food safety culture now. It was a topic of the GFSI.
That's right. That's right. Well, I think rightfully so. I think if you're really going to make advances in food safety, it's critical that a company has food safety as part of its culture. If you go in the past, you'd have a one-day audit, a GMP audit. They were fine, and they filled a role. But typically, it was just something that was pushed on the QA manager to handle for that day and be done with it. It was a hurdle to get over, and nothing more. If you're going to be successful in food safety certification, you're really going to have to embed the practices, embed the procedures, embed the thought processes into the entire culture of the company.
So it's continual.
Absolutely, that's right.
I'd like to ask you some questions about the it was recently released issue 4 of BRC packaging standard.
Sure.
So you're the only certification body that provides
in North America today, yes, we are. That's right. And there's a lot of interest out there in the packaging industry today. We've seen a great evolution in GFSI where it started with the retailers pushing it down to their main suppliers, some of the big national brands, for example. But now what's happening is that the ingredient suppliers and the packaging suppliers that service those large manufacturers are now being asked for certification as well. So the packaging standard is a perfect fit for them.
It makes a lot of sense to have this vision. I mean, why does it cover every other aspect of production?
That's right. It touches the food that we eat. I mean, there have been a number of issues and in some cases even outbreaks related to packaging. So it's an important component in the entire food safety chain.
So you've been in Asia for 4 years.
Yes.
And how do you find the climate there is? Like, do you think that it's moving towards getting certified standards, international GFSI standards, for example?
Yeah, a lot of the GFSI benchmark standards are starting to be introduced throughout China and really much of Asia. in that process, there's still a long way to go. I mean, certification in some ways is new to Asia, at least this level of certification. Other certifications like ISO 9000 have been around for a long time in Asia, but I think there's an opportunity really for companies to latch on and to really take certification in and again make it part of what they do and really adhere to the standards that are out there.
So besides expanding into Asia, what sort of a global presence does NSF have?
NSF is currently the global leader in providing certification and GFSI benchmark services. We have offices throughout Europe, South America, several offices in Asia. So we've got a very large footprint globally, and it helps us to better serve many of the global food companies that are out there today. So they can work with a single provider across their global operations.
So you guys just have a very comprehensive view of what's going on internationally in all the different countries.
We do indeed, yeah. We've got feet on the ground and where food's being produced, whether it be in Asia or Europe, here, South America. So yeah, we have true industry professionals out there every single day who both share information and yet bring information back to us about the industry and how it's developing.